Hi everybody, this is Tina. Welcome to Loving Life's Little Blessings. This is my monthly craft room kind of update overview, kind of what I've done. I started this last month, so there have been a few things that have changed, and then there were a few things that I didn't get to. So the first thing that I didn't get to is, let's just really quickly say I did not get to the walls. Now, if you're new to my channel, we redid this room a couple months ago back in the spring, and it used to be our garage. It's now my office and my craft room, and these walls are going to have, I'm going to put wallpaper over them, beadboard wallpaper, and then I'm painting them a light blue to match the room, and then also the ceiling didn't get done. So for a while, the wallpaper has been out of stock at Lowe's, so I just need to get that and do that, and hoping to get that done this month maybe. I traveled a lot last month and just, it was not going to happen, and I think realistically, the ceiling might get painted, but I'm not positive the walls will get done until spring. So with that said, a few things have changed, and I'm actually very excited about the changes that have taken place. So the first thing is that this area right here has completely been changed. So I sit right here to create, and then it's also where I do my filming. So my camera gets put up there, and then that's where I do all my filming. So all of my stuff that I need to grab to, create, or when I'm, in the middle of scrapbooking or card making, is pretty close to me. All my punches are here, my stamp sets are here, and then this unit right here used to be flat against the wall, so it just took up that space. So then that light was over here in front of the window, and I didn't really like that. And all of my stamp pads are right there on that shelf, and for me, looking at my stamp pads actually helps me when I'm creating. If I'm trying to think of a different color to use, or if I need to grab something, to be able to visually see that is really helpful to me. So I kind of had an idea a couple weeks ago. I was like, I wonder if it would fit if I changed it and put it flat against this wall. Now, when I designed the room, and I designed the wall, when we talked about what I wanted, I'm sorry, the lighting's kind of crazy in here, you guys. When we had talked about how I wanted the wall and where I wanted the door and where I wanted the window, I designed this corner with the idea that these items would be against the dark wall. So it never occurred to me to leave enough space that it would fit right there. Luckily it does. It just barely fits. It does come over into the window a little bit, but really you can't even tell. So I was like, okay, that's perfect. I actually like that better. So I reorganized the items on this unit. So this is 2 core kits that I already have in other places. They're backup. They're my 2 favorites, Seafoam and Midnight. So I don't really access those a lot, so I stuck them right there. This bin right here is retired Stampin' Up ribbon. And then those are my scraps, my ATG gun, and this is a trimmer, go right there for easy access. These are card bases that are already put together or just ready to go. And then down there are cards I've made that are organized. And then I have my packing tape, my Clorox wipes, and then that's just some like Cricut blades, paper piercing system, some things that I don't really necessarily use all the time. And then my trash bag is down there. That is my workshop bag when I go to workshops or classes. And then all that is mailing. So you can see the unit itself works better for me in that position. I can access things a lot better. And then my trash bag is hidden. And then my light can go right against the wall, which helps me for filming. If I'm filming at night, having that light right there and being able to reposition it is perfect. So right here, these 2 units used to be on this wall, and then the 2 bookshelves were on this wall. Now that was fine, but I think I mentioned in my last video that I was never really happy with the bookshelves, and I just couldn't figure out exactly what to do with them, and I was really struggling. I was also struggling with these shelves and not really knowing if I liked the shelves there or if I wanted them somewhere different. So when I switched that, I then switched the bookshelves and the IKEA carts. So these IKEA carts contain all of my Project Life stuff. So anything that I use for Project Life goes in there that are non-Stampin' Up products. That all my Stampin' Up products are put away other places. So I really contain myself to these 2 carts for any other items that I purchase. So I always had to roll those over to my desk if I was working on Project Life from right here, which was fine, they roll. But it does make more sense for them to be right here because then I can access them more. And so I was like, okay, so that works. And then I do like the shelves, these bookshelves underneath these shelves on the wall. It's all of a sudden everything works. Like the shelves under those hanging shelves on the wall just make that space look so much better. And then they're thin shelves, and so it doesn't really affect the door opening or closing. It's totally fine. So then in that corner, I just have my folding chairs. I have a couple folding chairs in here. So the next thing that and this may change, I'm not sure. I'm sort of liking it. I brought in my other designer paper. I just have that one crate left from all the 12 by 12 paper that I used to purchase. It's just, I weeded through all of it, kept my very favorite designs, and they're just in that crate. I used to have 4 full crates of designer paper. And I've just weeded through it. I don't use it anymore. I've gotten rid of it, donated it, that kind of thing. So I brought that in and I stuck that under the desk because I really like my paper to be out of the sunlight. And I can't stack anything on that paper because of the way it's in that crate. So because of that, it seemed like it fit perfect under there. So what used to be under there, I'm gonna spin around real quick. Here were these crates right here, which I love, but I never really utilized like I wanted to because they were on the floor and they were hard to access. So what I did is I moved my blue, this is a footstool. I moved this blue footstool, it used to be right here. I moved it over here and I took away 8 of these crates and I stuck those over here. Okay, so those 8 crates have my most used projects. One is a Project Life tote that has dividers and 12 by 12 paper. Another one are the calendars that I'm doing. Another one is a wedding project. So I really use those crates for specific projects. So I can just get the crate out, work on the project, put it away. Those are my most used projects right there. So then I stacked the rest on this blue crate and then stacked my white drawer type shelf units right on top of that. And I really like that. That down there is just retired Stampin' Up product. It's old stamp sets and ribbon and punches and paper. It's what I use for my customers. It's 6x6 paper that I use to give to my customers. It's what I use for my half off sales or buy one get one free sales. All of that. So it's just stuff that needs to be put away anyways, and I don't access it a whole lot. So now I also have a place to stick extra other product kind of stuff. So in this crate is a ton of Project Life stuff for our album. It's a ton of stuff from our trips, memorabilia, receipts. I mean, it's just a ton from both trips I took last month. Then this is the new Simply Created Star Kit that is coming out in the supplement catalog on October 20th. That will be available. And I got that as a gift. And so I needed some place to stick it. I'm not ready to put it together yet. And so having this extra little spot right here is actually really working out. I'm really liking it. The only thing that I'm not crazy about is it sticks out a little bit farther than the shelf, and it sticks out a little bit farther than my IKEA crates. And so I'm starting to feel like things are just looking unorganized and stacked up and not matching. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to deal with that, but we will see. Right now, function outweighs things being pretty, but not for long in my life. So that's the other thing that you have to know about me is I like things to be functional, but I like things to be pretty and matchy-matchy. So if it bugs me too much, I was just saying that if it bugs me for too long, if I don't feel like it's pretty enough or fitting in, I will find a different solution. So I'm really loving the placement of the IKEA carts and the bookshelves on the other wall, and I'm just thinking that that was the perfect solution. It just changed the way I felt about this room. So the other thing that I did is I know it's gonna be a little bit dark, so I'm gonna get a little closer. I bought these hooks at Walmart. You got 6 hooks in the package, and it was like it was a little over $5. They just screwed in. They came with the screws and the hooks, and there were 6 of them. So I just had my husband screw them in to the wall, and then I took hot glue and I put buttons over the hooks. And that's perfect. I have my badges, all my badges from different Stampin' Up events and items hanging on there. And then I have my keys and my sunglasses because I go out this door all of the time during the week to go pick up the kids and stuff. So I like my keys and my sunglasses to be right there. And then on this side, it's a little darker, so let's get a little closer. I used the other 3 hooks and I did the same thing. Well, my husband did. He screwed them into the wall and he offset them. I really wanted them to be like kind of all scattered. I wanted them to feel like not even. And I did the buttons over them again. I have this whole huge container of buttons that match the designer paper that I decorated the room with. I bought those on the clearance rack and got a ton of them. So I just hot glued buttons over those hooks, and then they hold my purse and the sweaters that I keep out here for when I'm working. So that is the updates that I've done this month. I really am loving the 2 switches that I made. I'm feeling really good about that. And then the next thing is obviously the walls and the ceiling. I really need to get to that. But I am considering trying to make my desk a corner desk. These stairs need to be painted. I want to paint them in chalkboard paint. But I'm considering getting a corner piece from IKEA and another drawer unit and making my desk come out to the steps so that I can put my 2 computer screens in the corner and I can have more room to work. Right now when I'm working on something, this is the only desk space that I have, and it's kind of difficult if I'm trying to write in my planner or make notes or something, or I'm taking a class and I'm trying to write. It's a little bit hard. So I did also go through these. I went through all of these boxes, threw a bunch of stuff away, 3 boxes that are empty, so I can finally take the last part of my office from the old bedroom. There's some boxes in there, and I can finally clear them out and bring them in here. So that was really good. I just finally purged a bunch of stuff and threw it away and didn't think twice. And then I've sort of organized these shelves a little bit up here, and then I updated my card display. This is the frame with the chicken wire that holds my current cards. So anyways, that is the update on what I've done, and I would love to know what you guys think about the bookshelves being over here. I asked you guys last month if you guys had any suggestions about my Cricut cartridges and what I could do with them and how I could store them better, and I got a lot of feedback, and I'm so thankful, you guys. I looked into a couple options, and I actually think I finally found something that will really work. So hopefully I'll be able to do that in the coming months. So I would love to hear what you think about the switch with the IKEA carts and the bookshelves, and if you think it works or doesn't work. Like, what do you think about it? Okay, so I'll be back again next month, the 3rd Saturday of the month. I will be doing these craft room tours, updates, work video kinds of things. So I'll be back next month with that, and you can see the progress I've made. Until then, leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts. Thanks guys, I'll talk to you later.